Welcome, friends, to the wild world of AI art creation. Today, we're diving headfirst into Pixverse, the tool that's turning your average Joes into digital Picassos. I'm here to answer your burning questions. We'll cover how to access Pixverse, the basics of creating both text-to-video and image-to-video content, and the secret tricks that'll make your AI-generated masterpieces stand out from the crowd. Stick with me, friends, as I push the boundaries in AI video creation. Let's go. To get started, simply go to pixverse.ai. That's Pixverse.ai. The homepage is very nicely laid out and gives you some examples of what you can create with Pixverse. Feel free to click on any of these little spots, like magical creatures, example of type of creatures you can create. I can click daily life and I get this example of a dragon dancing. Fantastical tale. It'll automatically forward to the next one in line. Now it went to animated animals, and we see this dog having a lot of fun skydiving, space exploration, and disaster strike, majestic scenery, cheeky memes, all kinds of stuff you can create with Pixverse. To get started, simply click in the top right corner where it says Try Pixverse. You can log in with your Google account, Apple account, Discord account, or create an account with your email address. All right, now that we're logged in, we can browse creations made by other people. Simply hover over each of these images, and you can see the animation that was created. And for any of these, you can simply click download to download the video, or you can click Go Create, and that will populate this area down here with the prompt and the image if an image was used to create that video. You can also click each one of these and you can get more information, like all of the metadata, the aspect ratio, the model that was used, and up here we see the image and the prompt. You can then extend the video, even if it's not your creation. You can add lip syncing to the video, you can upscale it, and like it and download it. After you've played around with Pixverse and you have your own creations, you can always click the Asset tab to go see your own creations, and then Favorites. Those, of course, which you have decided are your favorites, which could be either your own images or other people's images, or a combination. Friends, you're going to want to stick around because I have put Pixverse to the test, and I have come up with some amazing creations, and I'm going to show you how to create these for yourself. I'm going to show you how to create videos for different eras, like medieval times, Victorian times, or that 1950s Panavision 70 that you're seeing everywhere these days. I'm going to show you how to create dynamic environments, futuristic, adventure, space. Also, I'm going to show you how to create some fun anthropomorphic videos. I'm going to show you how to use Pixverse to create iconic characters. I'm even going to show you some fun, exciting ways that you might want to turn your creations into marketing materials. Because this stuff is so exciting and captivating, why not make some money from it? First up, features. Does Pixverse provide relevant features? Hang tight because we're going to dive into all of these in more detail, but right now I want to give you a very quick overview. Besides having the ability to upload an image and start with an image and add our prompt on exactly what we want to create, we have the version to select our model, V3 or version 2.5. And with some of these options, you may be thinking, why would I ever choose the older model? Isn't the new model always better? Well, yes. However, the new model is going to cost you 30 tokens per each render. And you can see that right over here next to the Create button. You see how many tokens this is going to cost. We can choose version 2.5, and that drops down to only half of that. 15 tokens. I like to use the best, so we're going with version 3. We have effects. Pixverse provides you with a bunch of fun effects right out of the box. Venom, we have Hulk, which was recently added. We have Joker's Rebirth. We have Batman, which was just added. We have Iron Man. We have Colorful Venom. We have Wicked Shots. We have Out of Frame. We have Squish. We have Monster Invades, we have Wizard Hat, and we have Zombie Mode. And like I said, I'm going to show you how to use these. And for style, we can choose between anime, 3D animation, and clay. Now, friends, I have experimented with a lot of image and video creation tools, and in my experience, these type of prompts, anime, 3D animation, and clay, you can basically add the instructions to create your image or your video in this type of format using your prompt. But if you want a shortcut, you can choose one of these. During my research and experimentation, I did not really find any advantage over clicking one of these rather than just specifying anime or 3D animation or clay inside of my text prompt. We can choose 5 seconds or 8 seconds, and these will affect the number of tokens that you use. For all my experiments today, we're going to use 5 seconds. HD or SD, so high def or standard def. Again, you can save some of your tokens if you're okay with standard def. For everything I'm creating, we're going high def. Your aspect ratio, we can choose between normal and performance mode, which at first I thought this was a trade-off. I thought that either you got normal and high quality, or you got fast and maybe a little bit lower quality. But based on my research, what I discovered is that performance mode takes about the same amount of time to render. However, it provides you with better quality animations. And yes, it uses more tokens. And then we have character reference. So we can actually upload an image and use that as a character reference and put that into different situations. As you can see here, I've uploaded a picture of myself, and this enables me to portray myself in different situations. During my testing in the last several days, I found this feature to be unreliable. 9 out of 10 times, it would not respond with any results. And then when it did respond, it was almost as if I had not uploaded an image at all. So I think Pixverse is still working on this. Maybe they're revamping this. I think it was working in the past. And right now, at this moment, it seems to have some glitches. And then we have negative prompt. As we've talked about with other image and video generators, if something is showing up in your creations and you want to try to avoid that, you can try adding notes here in the negative prompt to try to eliminate those unwanted items from showing up in your creations. Pixverse allows you to create videos in 3 different ways: text to video, image to video, or basically a hybrid where you're using text and an image to create the video. We're going to experiment with 2 of these ways. Text to video, where you're creating the videos just based on a text prompt, and then also the text and image together to create your video. And I'll show you as we go how this will help you to create more predictable results and hopefully achieve the video that's just what you're looking for. For each of my demonstrations, I'm going to show you the text to video version first, and then I'm going to show you the results of when I added an image to get more information about what I wanted to achieve. Text to video, medieval woman. Pixverse did a pretty good job. And now I'm going to show you the video created when I added an image to further refine those instructions. This image and almost all of the images that I'm going to be using today were created with Ideogram. If you're new to Ideogram, make sure you check out my video where I show you how to master the platform for amazing results. There are a few images that I created with a new, very exciting tool. Make sure you stick around to learn more about that. Okay, medieval woman with the assistance of an image that was created in Ideogram. I think it's more refined, more beautiful. Let's check out my next example. Here I created a Victorian woman using a text to video prompt, no image added. I think this turned out pretty good. I think for the most part, it's a very beautiful video. There is something strange happening with her eyes. Okay, now let's look at the example when I added an image from Ideogram. Here we go, Victorian woman with the additional information of adding an image from Ideogram. In my opinion, this image looks much better, much crisper, much cleaner, much more aesthetically beautiful. Now, I will say that when I created the different images in Ideogram, I did a lot of retrying to get the images that I wanted. However, retrying image creations is usually more economical than retrying video creations. That's why I would recommend for Pixverse and probably with any video creation tool, if it has an image to video option, then you should use that option. Okay, sticking with our different eras, here is an example of a text to video prompt, no image, of a 1950s Hollywood movie star. I actually think this came out very nice. For this example, I specified Panavision 70s style filming. That helps to give this retro feel and retro vibe. Even though I did not supply an image, I think Pixverse did a really good job on this video. And then here is the same prompt, but with the help of an image that I created in Ideogram. And I also should point out when an image is used, it's used as the first frame, and then the animation is created from there. So the image that I created in Ideogram was basically this image, and then here's the animation. I think this is a pretty good animation. I think it's a great video and it looks very retro, even has that Panavision 70 style a little bit. And actually, with this particular use case, I think Pixverse did a better job with our previous example, which did not use the image. When it comes to the prompt, the Pixverse user guide does have a format that it recommends. However, based on trial and error, I came up with results that I think are just as good, and in many situations, I think better with my own custom focus prompt. I've covered this prompt in some of my other videos. I'm going to include the instructions on how to use it in the description below. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out. I'm going to go ahead and paste in the prompt that ChatGPT provided for me when asking it to format using my focus framework. And I'll just point out very quickly, the focus framework is made up of focal subject, overall setting, camera angle and composition, unique details, and style and mood. Those are the 5 different sections of my focus framework. I'm not going to read through all the details of my prompt. However, I will provide a link to my images that I created in Ideogram, and with any of those, you can click on them and you can see the prompt that was used to create those images. These prompts are almost exactly the same. However, I added just a few extra words to try to give Pixverse a little bit of instructions about the type of movement that I want created in the scene. And just to give you a little bit of context, I will read the first sentence, the focal subject portion of this prompt, which you might get a kick out of. A joyful, gorgeous, very tan, buxom, and curvy 1970s hippie woman with a tiny waist, toned tummy, long legs, and a round butt. Of course, beauty is in the eye of the beholder, so you may aim for something different. I understand. That's fine. I'm going to go ahead and click create. Even though we see the picture of this last video that we were looking at on the screen, that has nothing to do with what we are about to create. The only things that affect what we are now creating is this little portion down here, the prompt box and these different settings, which we left at their defaults for now. However, if you'd like to see the status of the creation that you just queued up, you can click right here, this little back arrow, and then you'll see your area for your creations. And if you've had issues with some of your creations, like I've had, then you'll see this. There might be some glitches. Please try again. These were some of my many attempts to use the character reference feature, which, as I mentioned earlier, doesn't seem to be working at the moment. Let's check out our new creation. There's some strange AI things happening there. Overall, I think it's pretty good. I think it's a nice depiction of a sunset on a beach with a bonfire and an attractive woman dancing around the bonfire. However, there's obviously some strange things happening in the video. She kind of shuffles forward. There's a little bit of strange movements. Okay, that's what we have. I'm going to press escape to come back here, and we still have our prompt in our prompt box. I'm going to go ahead and add an image that I've already created. And this image, which I'll zoom in on, was not created in Ideogram. It was created using the Red Panda model with Recraft, which is arguably just as good and perhaps even better than Ideogram and Flux in some situations. It can create some very realistic images. Friends, if you're interested in learning more about Red Panda and Recraft, make sure you subscribe. I'll be covering that very soon. Now that we've added this image to use as reference, let's try creating again. I think it's better than the other one. I would not call it perfect, but it seems a little more fluid. All right, friends, now we're going to explore a new category, which I'm calling dynamic environments. Environments with things moving, with different weather, even zero gravity. Let's check it out. All right, and just as before, I'm going to first show you an example that was created with just a text prompt. And then I'm going to show you an example that uses the same text prompt, but also using an image to provide Pixverse with more information about what we want to achieve. Here's a video just using the text prompt for a futuristic warrior in a futuristic city. And overall, I think it's pretty good. I think it's decent. Let's look at the next version of this, which involves an image created in Ideogram. Okay, here we are. And as I mentioned before, the first frame is a representation of the image that was provided. And overall, I think this one is more dynamic. And as I'm sure you noticed, I have text in this image. This is actually an image that I created in Ideogram in my last video. If you haven't seen it, make sure you check it out. All about Ideogram, how to master it, and create some really cool stuff. And Ideogram happens to be really good at adding text to images. And that's why in this example, I have text. And in several of my upcoming examples, you'll see that I have text because Ideogram does a great job handling text in images. And I would have to add to that Pixverse does a pretty dang good job of taking those images with text and then animating those. I really like this. I think Pixverse did a great job in this one. All right, all you anime lovers out there, this one's for you. For this text to video prompt, I specified an anime warrior. Also, in the interest of seeing how well Pixverse handles instructions to add text to the video, I have instructed it to put top-rated AI in the environment in a creative way. And let's see what happens. Can we call that creative? I think it should be in the background. I think that's a little, well, I guess it depends on the use case. If this is an opening for a movie, TV show, maybe it is appropriate for it to be up front like that. And actually the text, I think looks pretty good. It looks pretty cool. I like the way the edges are kind of coming unraveled. It kind of looks like fire, but it kind of looks like something coming unraveled. Now let's see how it turns out with the same text prompt, but adding an image created in Ideogram. So here is the first frame of the video creation, which shows you the image that was used from Ideogram. And let's see how Pixverse animated this. I think it's pretty good. I like how powerful this anime warrior appears to be. The wide stance, the muscular toned body, this larger than life sword, and that the words top-rated AI burst into flames. In my opinion, this is a better video. What do you think? Let me know in the comments. Again, starting with a text to video prompt without an image provided, I asked to have a beautiful woman swimming away from the camera and having top-rated AI in the coral in the background. And this is what Pixverse provided. First off, I'll say that the lighting looks nice, the sun coming through the water, the fish look nice, the AI portion looks like coral, Top rated does not look like an organic part of the environment. I did request that besides it being creatively in the coral of the environment, that it was organic. My goal was to have it look somewhat natural. Of course, you're not naturally going to have words filled in an organic environment. I wanted it to be kind of in between. As far as swimming, I don't call that swimming. Maybe to some people that's swimming. That's just kind of hovering. Okay, let's see what happens when we supply an image from Ideogram. Okay, here we are. First frame of the video, which shows the image that we actually used, which was created in Ideogram. And here's the animation. Much nicer. Top-rated AI, it all looks like coral. I would not call that organic. However, I do think it's a nice composition. We have the nice full coral around the edges, and then we have top-rated AI in coral, and the woman is swimming away from the camera. Well, again, not swimming, kind of hovering, floating in a nice way, in a nice aesthetic way. All right, friends, as a kid growing up watching I Dream of Jeannie, I kind of dreamed of Jeannie. I kind of still would like to have my own Jeannie. So if I can create one, I'm going to do it. Here I asked Pixverse to create one materializing out of a magic lamp. And keep in mind, this is the text to video prompt without the assistance of an image. Here's what Pixverse delivered for us. Almost comical. Jumps straight from the image of the genie to the lamp. Okay, here's the version in which we've used an image from Ideogram to hopefully keep us on track with the creation of our beautiful genie. And let's see what we get. Definitely better. And I didn't mention it, but of course, in the prompt, we have it specifying top-rated AI, and it did a great job. Of course, this version also had the benefit of having the initial image from Ideogram, which had those words on it. And so it basically used those words and then animated those around a little bit into the smoke. Thinking about it now, I may have misled Pixverse a little on this. I started with this beautiful image of the genie already out of the bottle, but in my prompt, I specified that she is appearing from the bottle, materializing out of the smoke. And since Pixverse takes the first image and uses it as the first frame of the video, then I actually made things more difficult for Pixverse. So you definitely want to keep that in mind when you're creating your animations, that the instructions that you give Pixverse, they should make sense, providing the image is being used as the first frame. Here, the genie's already out of the bottle. Maybe I could specify that she moves around the room or finishes materializing and then forms legs and then stands in the room, something to that effect. Okay, you ready to create one together? Let's do it. I'm going to click the little X down here in this create box to remove that image, and I'm going to delete the prompt that we have. I have another prompt prepared. This prompt is basically 3 gorgeous buxom women with tiny waists, toned tummies, and round butts, dressed in sexy, stylish pajamas in various positions as they are playfully engaging in a pillow fight. I mean, who doesn't love a good girl-on-girl pillow fight? I wanted to make this environment more challenging, so specifying that they are actually in a futuristic spaceship in zero gravity. And let's see what we get. All right, we have our pillow fight creation. Let's check it out. 0G pillow fight. Let's see if we can improve on this by adding an image from Ideogram. All right, here's my image from Ideogram. And as you can see, besides having a beautiful zero gravity girl on girl pillow fight, we also have top rated AI in the pillows. I specified that in the prompt. I'm using the same prompt. I had it specified in that prompt before without the image, and Pixverse basically ignored it. But we have it here, so Let's see how this animation comes out. Same prompt with the image. Okay, we now have our creation with the image supplied by Ideogram. Let's check it out. It's definitely better than the other video, although I feel like, for one thing, somebody turned on gravity in the middle of their pillow fight, it seems like. It goes from 0G to full gravity. And the pillows are made of, I guess, foam? Balls of foam? Anyway, just in case you're curious what a zero gravity pillow fight with foam packed pillows looks like, there you go. In my last video covering Ideogram, we had a lot of fun putting our pets into movie posters. Let's take that one step further by making those posters come alive. Okay, here's a classic, Top Gun, starring Tom Cruise. If you saw my Ideogram video, we created a parody movie poster using a dog and a cat. And now here we are in Pixverse creating a text-to-video without the use of an image to help out with what we want to create. And I think it turned out really good, actually. Watch. The colors look really nice. The Top Gun wording looks great. The flag in the back looks great. The lighting, everything. I did notice a little morphing. I don't know if you saw that, but her arm, she kind of has her arm in the jacket at first. She puts it back and then she has another arm in front. And now let's check out the version in which we did supply the image from Ideogram to help out with our creation. One of the first things you'll notice is this has the actual aspect ratio of a movie poster. Whenever I created the version in Pixverse without the use of the Ideogram image, I should have specified the 2:3 aspect ratio, which is the correct aspect ratio for an official movie poster. However, this aspect ratio came out correct because when you add an image to Pixverse, the video that you create will actually take on the aspect ratio of the image you add. And here's the animated version. So I did specify in the prompt instructions that Tom Cruise as a dog winks at the camera, kind of in a flirty manner. He's winking. The first wink is okay. The second and the third wink, it actually looks like he has something in his eye. And the wind blowing, I think, is really nice. That's a nice touch. There's some interesting things happening down in the lower part of the image. And I think they make the video look more interesting. The little kind of flames, the little flares happening. I think it's interesting. There's also some red stripes that are occurring on the Top Dog logo. I don't know why that's happening, but overall, I think it's great. I will say that I think that the coloring and the saturation turned out better on the previous version in which we didn't even use the image. Let's check out another. All right, Bad Dogs for Life. Of course, this is a play on Bad Boys with Will Smith and Martin Lawrence. I love the way they're keeping the other arm flexed just so you are aware that they have muscles. They want to make that very obvious. And I like the explosions happening on the sides and the palm trees in the back, and we have the sun setting in the back for that Miami feel. And again, I did not use the correct aspect ratio for this creation. Let's go to the next one in which we used the image from Ideogram. Here we are with our amazing Ideogram creation, Bad Boys for Life. In the instructions, I actually asked for it to say Bad Dogs for Life. Ideogram did not get that correct. However, if you watch my video on Ideogram, if you didn't, I'm sure you're going to go back and watch that. I did learn throughout the process that moving the instructions for the wording higher in the prompt gives much more accuracy to the wording. So I'm sure I could have fixed that in Ideogram, but I learned that later in the process after I created this image. All right, we have Bark Together, Howl Together as the tagline at the top. We have Will Smith and Martin Lawrence as dogs. And here we go. I think this is the better one. Even though they're not as jacked, they're not flexing the muscles, it's more true to the movie poster, and I have the correct aspect ratio here, and they're wearing similar clothes as in the original movie poster, and they're more anthropomorphic, which means human-like. Friends, can you guess this one? You will in a minute. Mutrix. That is supposed to say Meowtrix. I actually asked for Matrix-like movements, the slow motion, kind of dodging bullets type of movements, and this is what we got. And let's see the version with the help of the Ideogram image. Okay, we have the beautiful image that we created from Ideogram and adding animation to that. So we still don't have the Matrix-like slow motion, dodging bullets type of action, but we do get some pretty cool stuff going on here. Shooting lasers out of his paws and the whole screen turning into a Matrix-like rain. I asked for Matrix-like rain, and it gave me green rain, not exactly the numbers and letters coming down as we know from the movie. And we have the proper title, the Meowtrix. Let's create one together. Okay, I pasted in the prompt that I created with the help of ChatGPT. Design a Star Wars 1977 original movie poster parody. Replace Luke Skywalker with a heroic dog standing upright and holding a glowing lightsaber. Replace Princess Leia with a graceful cat posed elegantly beside the dog with a similar flowing gown. And then I have other details in here as well. If you are interested in any of these details, just let me know. Reach out to me in the comments. I'll be happy to respond with the full prompt for any of these creations. So we're going to go ahead and create this without the help of an image and see what we get. And I'd just like to remind you that what you see here in the upper portion has nothing to do with our new creation. Just this lower area has to do with our new creation. And I will go ahead and choose the correct aspect ratio or a closer aspect ratio. So Pixverse does not supply the 2:3 aspect ratio, which would be the correct aspect ratio for a movie poster, but we do have 3:4, which is close enough. So we'll choose that and we'll go ahead and queue up this Star Wars anthropomorphic creation. Okay, here we are. In the prompt, I specified Paw Wars instead of Star Wars, and Pixverse delivered. So this is our movie poster for Paw Wars, and let's watch it. So I think Pixverse did a pretty good job. We got Darth Vader in the background. That's what I specified. That's what the original movie poster has. We have Luke Skywalker. We have Princess Leia. I think they could be a little more anthropomorphic, a little more human-like. He does look around and then wave his lightsaber. Unfortunately, his lightsaber goes straight through his neck, which would be deadly. And Princess Leia looks around very innocently. I think that's very cute, just staring off to the side. So as you can see from this image, Pixverse does not have any issues creating iconic characters like Darth Vader. So let's try creating some more. Okay, here I asked for a real-life version of Jessica Rabbit. Let's see how it turned out. Well, all kinds of morphing issues here. Let's see if we get better results with the picture that I've created with Ideogram. As always, Pixverse will use the image that you supply as the first frame in your video creation. So this is what Ideogram provided for us, which I think does a really good job of portraying Jessica Rabbit as a real-life person. And let's see how Pixverse animated. A little bit of funkiness happening right there. I mean, you could argue there's a little funkiness happening throughout the whole video. Let's try another. Friends, can you guess this iconic character? I've used her a few times before. If you guessed Lara Croft, you're right on the money. Let's see what Pixverse gave us without the assistance of an image. Decent. And now let's see our second version with the help of a picture that we created in Ideogram. Okay, so here's the first frame, which is the picture that I created in Ideogram. And it did come out with a slightly cartoonish kind of look, which I did not ask for specifically, but I was happy with the picture, so I decided to go ahead and move forward with this. And here is what Pixverse gave us. What do you think? I like it. For one thing, the coloring is much better. The last video we looked at was actually too dark. You didn't see much detail. Here, you're seeing a lot of detail, and we're following Lara Croft very closely so we can capture the essence of her curvy figure. I did specify a tracking shot so we can follow her in action as she rides the horse, and I think Pixverse did a great job. Okay, for this creation, I asked Pixverse to create a video using Storm from the X-Men. It turned out okay, except I actually specified in the prompt that she is striking a pose as she's commanding lightning from a storm. We have lightning from the storm, but unfortunately, we have no movement from Storm, our superhero. I have a great image here that I actually created with a different platform. This was created with Red Panda. If you haven't heard about Red Panda yet, you are about to hear all about Red Panda. Red Panda is giving Ideogram and Flux a run for its money. So stay tuned, subscribe, and I'll be telling you all about Red Panda very soon. And leveraging this image from Red Panda, let's see what Pixverse gave us. Okay, so this time we have a little movement from Storm, our superhero. Not much, but that's okay. It's just a powerful commanding move to add this lightning to the sky. And we have some wind causing some movement in her hair. That's nice. Overall, I think this is a decent creation. Okay, now I have something really fun for us to create together. Let's go. Okay, I'll paste in our prompt that I created with the help of ChatGPT. Focal subject, a gorgeous, buxom Snow White with a tiny waist, toned abs, long legs, round butt. She's wearing a playful, short pleated miniskirt. Her outfit is made up of her signature colors, blue, red, and yellow. And down here in the instructions, I also have that she is surrounded by curious and mischievous dwarfs. Let's see what Pixverse gives us. Oh my goodness, I just took a sneak peek at our creation. You're going to love it. I did not specify that she pulls her skirt up and then shakes her butt around. That is hilarious. The dwarves are loving it. All right. Well, there you go. Pixverse surprised even me. Okay, let's move on to the version where we supply an image and see what we get. Let's see if it's as good or if not better. Okay, so I've added an image that I created in Ideogram. Here's the image. It's similar. It's very cute. She has her short skirt on. We have our mischievous dwarfs. And let's see what happens when we create using this image. Okay, friends, Pixverse delivers again. The last one, without the use of an image, I think you gotta agree, was pretty dang good. Do you think we can top it? Check this out. Awesome. And look at the dwarfs. Especially the one over here on this side. Oh my goodness, his eyes are like rolling around in his head toward the end there. I love it. This is epic. I even reviewed the prompt because I was pretty sure I did not add anything about her lifting her skirt. And I did not add that to the prompt. I think I just specified that the composition is playful and whimsical. And wow, Pixverse, good job. Good job. All right. Friends, if you watched my last video on Ideogram, right there, you'll know that we had a lot of fun putting text on clothing. And while that may sound boring, the way your boy Adrian delivered it, I think you have to argue was pretty dang cool and a lot of fun. So we're going to take all of that we did in Ideogram, putting it text on clothing. I will say there might have been some sexy women involved, and we're going to animate those images. So let's go have some fun. I used a text prompt to ask Pixverse for a very tan woman by a pool wearing a white bikini with the words top on one side of her bikini top, rated on the other side of her bikini top, and AI on her bikini bottoms. Here's what Pixverse delivered. I do think we have an attractive woman by a pool. Unfortunately, we do not have the words we asked for. All I see is the word AI. I don't know what that other word is on the left side of her top. And something strange going on with her right hand. Getting some morphing over there. Now let's see what happens when we supply an image from Ideogram. Okay, so here's the beautiful image that we created in Ideogram. We have our words, top-rated AI, and let's see how the animation turned out in Pixverse. So I should mention that I did ask in the prompt for her to sit up, stick her chest out, and I also asked for her to shimmy her shoulders. I didn't get the shoulder shimmy, but she is sitting up, sticking her chest out, and that's nice. And in case you're wondering, I did not ask for this tray to show up on the left side of the screen, just kind of sneaking in there. Okay, if you watched my last video in Ideogram, you know that we put words on some booty shorts, which is always fun. Well, here I asked Pixverse to do the same thing. It turned out okay. Let's watch it together. Top rated on some satiny purple booty shorts, shaking her butt around. And then here's the great picture that we created with Ideogram. And with this image, let's see what Pixverse provided. So, not as much shaking of the butt. However, the quality of the image, I think you have to admit, is much better. And the movement, even though it's not as much movement, it's nice. It's subtle and it's nice, and I'm happy with it. All right, friends, this concept was inspired by my thumbnail for my Ideogram video, where I have a woman holding a glass of milk, wearing a shirt that says, "Got milk." And what I will have her to do for this experiment was to have her drinking the milk too aggressively and ending up with the milk pouring down her chest. And let's see what happens. Okay, obviously some morphing going on because the milk is spilling before the glass is tilted enough to spill the milk. However, at a certain point there, I think it looks pretty good. It looks like the milk is just pouring out at the top of the glass. Arguably, it should pour a little more out of the sides of the glass, not out of the front. Anyway, let's see what we get when we supply an image. Okay, so here we are with the image that I used for the thumbnail for my Ideogram video, which I think is a very nice image. And let's see what happens when we use this image to drink the milk too aggressively. Okay, overall, I think this is pretty awesome. I don't know why the milk is violently splashing out of the glass, but the way the milk is pouring all over her body, I think is cool. Absolutely love it. Okay, friends, it's time to try one together. For those of you that watch my Ideogram video, you'll remember that I had a woman wearing a shirt that said, "Bet you can't eat just one." And she's eating Lay's potato chips. And that's their marketing slogan. So we're going to use that concept, but without an image, and let's see what we get. All right, friends, we have our creation, a very sexy creation. Let's check out the animation. Oh my. She's regurgitating potato chips into the unopened bag. You know, with a sexy body like that, if you want to regurgitate potato chips, you go for it. Let's see if we can get a better version when we add an image that we created from Ideogram. Here's the image, a pretty nice image. Let's see how this turns out. Okay, friends, now that we've added the image from Ideogram, here's what Pixverse animated for us. So she's obviously very happy about eating her Lay's potato chips. She's doing a little dance. Something strange happening with the hand after she eats the chip. It almost looks like she's throwing something back. Besides that, I like it. As I mentioned in the beginning of this video, Pixverse provides some special effects that are ready to go and ready to be applied to your images. Let's check out those special effects right now. Okay, for a quick overview of the special effects, you can click right here, the Effects button, and you can preview all of the different special effects. Venom, Hulk, Joker's Rebirth, Batman, Iron Man, Venom, Hug, Wicked Shots, Out of Frame, Squish, Monster Invades, Wizard Hat, and Zombie Mode. I've prepared a few demonstrations. Medieval woman transforming into Venom. Our 70s woman on the beach transforming into the Hulk. I applied Iron Man to our Bad Boys movie poster. I was hoping it would apply to both of the characters. It just applied to one. The effect that's called out of frame will attempt to have your character walk out of the scene. Here's what happened when I applied it to our futuristic warrior. Here's what happened when I applied it to our anime warrior. Basically takes her massive sword, throws it over her shoulder, and says, "I'm out of here." Here's the squish effect applied to our booty shorts image. Here's the wizard hat effect applied to the woman by the pool in the white bikini. Regarding the hug effect, if you create an image with one character, that character will basically split into two characters, and then those two characters will hug, and it comes out very strange. So I decided to try to just create an image with two characters, and to see how that turned out, I took the Snow White image into Photoshop, removed the dwarfs, created two Snow Whites, and here's how that turned out. As you can see, once they turn, they no longer look like Snow White. Whenever you apply any of the effects, the instructions are very simple. And the instruction basically says to hug. It doesn't have any information that it's Snow White in particular or what her face looks like. And so they just hug. And so I think this turned out okay. But in the interest of experimenting, I thought, what if I don't even do the hug effect? What if I just tell them to hug? Or what if I just tell them to kiss? How would that turn out? And so let's see. Here we are with the same image in which I duplicated our Snow White character. And instead of just using the built-in hug effect, I explicitly said in the prompt that they are both the gorgeous Snow White character and that they will turn and kiss. And let's see how that turned out. I think that's much better than the built-in hug effect. So feel free to do your own experimenting. I think the built-in effects are fun, but you might just come up with something better when you craft your own prompt. Just for fun, let's go ahead and try one together. We'll go ahead and use the built-in hug effect and see how it turns out. Okay, I've uploaded an image of our zero gravity pillow fight. And now let's specify the hug your love effect, and let's see what we get. Okay, here's our pillow fight with the hug effect. Very nice. My friends, I know we've already covered a lot, but Pixverse has a hidden gem. This is something you do not know about until you create something, and then you have the option to apply lip syncing. It's really cool. Let's check it out. Here we are with our Victorian woman. She's going to sing about the challenging life she has dealing with a very tight corset.
This corset's a menace, it's squeezing my frame. Can't breathe in this bodice, it's driving me insane. Lace is so tight I nearly fit. Dainty image I must maintain. Take parties and balls with a wince in my smile. Willow crushing ribs, it's just not my style. Prim proper fainting for all to see. Oh, the things I do for gentry.
Look at our next example.
Red carpets, velvet ropes, they're all the same. Living in a dream that's just a game. Paparazzi flashing, I'm caught mid-spin. Gotta keep this smile through thick and thin. Director yells, hey baby, show some skin.
And our anime warrior.
Mountains tremble when I shout my name. Lightning strikes as I stake my claim. Against the odds, I'll change the game. In this arena, I will stake my fame.
Unfortunately, the lip syncing does not work very well for non-humans.
Hear the echoes in the alleyways whisper low. Essence of rebellion making hearts glow. Fast and the furious were blazing.
So the lip syncing also did not work well for our Meowtrix movie poster. However, the song is epic, so we gotta listen to it.
Through the cyber lanes, neon whiskers, sharp as flames, hacking codes and taking names. Hero back in this wild cyber game.
Okay, let's create one together. So I'm reusing our futuristic warrior image, and I've created a new video to have her dancing. And now that I have this video, I'm going to click right here, the lip sync button. At this point, I can add words and I can specify a voice, but I find it much more fun to create songs in Suno and then use those. So I'm going to upload my audio. I have my audio uploaded and I'm about to click create, but I want you to notice very quickly here before I click create that lip syncing cost 90 tokens or 90 credits. So right now, it's 3 times the cost of our normal videos. So just be aware of that. I'm going to go ahead and click create, and we'll check it out in a moment. Okay, here is our amazing creation.
Break is coming, beats arise. Electric dreams now materialize. Stronger, faster, we command. Join the future, take a stand. Subscribe, top rated AI. Reach the stars, let's touch the sky. Empowered, bold, embrace the ride. Digital hearts we can't divide.
Are you learning some things? Got questions, concerns, AI conspiracy theories? I want to hear it all. Share in the comments. When it comes to cost, Pixverse provides 4 different pricing plans, free and then 3 different paid plans. With all of these plans, including free, you receive 30 bonus credits each day. Upon registering with Pixverse, you receive 60 credits free. If you were to pay for the standard plan, which is $10 monthly, each month you'll receive 1,200 credits. And with all of the paid plans, you can remove watermarks and you can purchase more credits. The Pro plan is $30 monthly. You'll receive 6,000 additional credits. And the Premium plan is $60 monthly. And each month you'll receive 15,000 new credits. Friends, you know what's even better than credits and costs you absolutely nothing? Likes. I'm serious. Try it out for yourself. Do me a favor and hit that like button. When it comes to usability, Pixverse has it nailed. They have this simple create area down below. You simply add your prompt, add an image if you like, choose your model, which you're probably going to leave in the latest. You can add an effect if you'd like. You can select style. Currently, your options for style are anime, 3D animation, and clay. And as I mentioned in the beginning of this video, This just saves you from having to write these instructions explicitly in your prompt. Feel free to add these instructions in your prompt or select these style options. And that being said, you can really create any type of style that you like with Pixverse. You're not limited to these three. It's just a matter of adding the appropriate description in your text prompt. You can currently select between 5-second and 8-second videos, HD and standard def, your aspect ratio, normal or performance. Performance can potentially provide you with better results at the cost of more credits. And if you're interested in character consistency in your videos, you can specify a character. As I mentioned earlier, this feature was working a little glitchy for me while I was preparing this video, but I did see some other videos and examples of people using this, so I believe this is just a temporary glitch that Pixverse will sort out very soon. Overall, I feel that Pixverse is very easy and fun to use. Regarding the speed of the video creations, overall, I was satisfied. I found for the most part, each of the videos took under 2 minutes to create. It would be fantastic if I could create my masterpieces even quicker, but right now, that's what we have, and basically I found it just enough time to brainstorm on what my next masterpiece would be. Friends, if you enjoyed this digital roller coaster ride, smash that like button. It's how you can let me know that I'm on the right track and giving you the goods that you need. As I mentioned in this video, to really master your AI imaging game, you really need to get to know Ideogram. Just click right here to watch my video where I show you how to create masterpieces using Ideogram. Remember, in the world of AI art, the only limit is your imagination and maybe your internet connection. Stay creative, stay curious, and most importantly, stay subscribed. This is Adrian, signing off.